Time for an LPGA Tour update presented by Volunteers of America. Mi-Hang Lee fired rounds of 68-66 on the weekend to win the Aberdeen Asset Management Ladies Scottish Open by a single shot over Hall of Fame member Kari Webb and MJ Herr. It's Lee's second career win on the LPGA. Her first came 3 years ago in the 2014 Mizuno Open. Now the ladies make the trip to Kingsbarn Golf Links for the Rico Women's British Open. It's 2000 Kyle Phillips designed dots the eastern coast of Scotland, about 7 miles from the town of St. Andrews. This is the first time the seaside layout will play host to the Rico Women's British Open. Here's the final qualifying to get into the event, which took place today. 22 players qualified. There was enough 14 players in a playoff for 11 spots who were at 2 under par. Some of the notables who made it through. Paula Creamer had to qualify. 468 does the job, as did Laura Davies, who made it through that playoff. It is time now for the Comcast Business Edge. Ariya Jutanugarn is the defending champ at the Rico Women's British Open. So, Tripp, which U.S. player has the edge to possibly dethrone her and win the 4th women's major of 2017?
Well, George, when you look at the list of American players on the LPGA that are capable of winning this championship, I think the list is quite short. And if you look at one player in particular, it would be the player who, before Mo Martin, won the Rico Women's British Open to go back-to-back Americans in 2013 and 14. Look at her performance the last several years. Nobody better. In fact, 5 shots better than Suzanne Petterson. And where did she win? Well, the home of golf. What a place to get a British Open, a Rico British Open. But Stacey Lewis at the time, this was her second major championship, and she was piling up top 10 after top 10. And we thought the wins were going to come in piles and majors for Stacey Lewis. In fact, in 2014, the following year, she had 2 wins, 18 top 10s. And that was the site of her last win, or the time of her last win in 2014. Here was this putt to win by 2 shots for Stacey Lewis, major number 2. Where will she need the edge this week? She needs it on the greens. In particular, the 2nd and 3rd rounds last week. I know the conditions were very difficult, but they're flattish greens. They should suit her putting style. If you look at the greens and reg numbers, they're starting to get like they were in 2014. Her putting just has to improve. I like this putter choice. I hope she sticks with it. And guess what? Kingsbarn is pretty close to St. Andrews.
And that's the Comcast Business Edge. All right, with the guy who had a very busy Monday start to his week, and Tim Rosafort, you had the pleasure of being part of the PGA Reach Luncheon today, headlined by Jack Nicklaus this afternoon at PGA of America headquarters. New alliance they've unveiled. What's PGA Reach all about?
Well, George, the concept is it's a charitable foundation. The whole thing is impacting lives through golf, and it's focusing on some very deserving categories: military, youth and diversity, and inclusion. Nicholas and his company with Howard Milstein, their co-CEO, have put up $100,000 to start this thing, and the PGA of America is behind it. And it's another Grow the Game initiative, but it's really focusing on some of those characteristics that I talked about.
That's great stuff, especially when Jack Nicklaus.
Special day for PGA Reach to welcome the Nicklaus companies and Jack Nicklaus as a trustee of PGA Reach. We just know that this is going to take our efforts around the country, around the globe, really to a new level of excellence. To be able to combine our resources with Jack and Howard and the Nicklaus companies, it's really the continuation of a long-standing relationship and just putting that in overdrive for the benefit of PGA Reach.
The PGA tries to help so many people in so many ways, and to combine it all into one thing and one arm rather than have so many disjointed things, I think it's a really good thing. You know, to help, they've tried to help kids for a long time. I've been involved with that with the PGA of America for years. The veterans, I mean, helping the veterans, I think is a great thing. We've got a American Lakes that we did out west. We'd love to have one back east. I think the PGA really wants to help and work with that. I mean, charitable aspects, all the things putting together. And, golf is, what did we have last year? I don't know, over $3 billion to charity raised by golf last year. Pretty good. To have that all working together rather than disjointed, I think makes a lot of sense. And I think the PGA of America is moving forward in the right direction.
It's great to see the ongoing involvement that Jack has with these type of initiatives in the game, especially the combination with the PGA of America there.
Also interesting to see the way Jack is working and looking at Jordan Spieth so closely. At this point, obviously only 15 majors behind him, but some coming, obviously, next tournament, an opportunity to complete his first career Grand Slam anyway. So had a chance to talk to Jack for a while, but in this segment, we talk in particular about Jordan, what he sees in him and the room that he has to grow.
I think he's accomplished an awful lot to this point. I don't think he's got his A game yet. I think he's going to get better. I think he'll make some changes in his swing. That he has a tendency to get pretty wild at times, and for a guy who is not known as a power hitter, I don't think that's a good thing to have. He's got an unbelievable short game. He's a really good iron game, but an unbelievable short game and putter. And of course, you can make up for a lot of ills with a putter. Once he really, I think he needs to make some small adjustments within his swing. But once he makes those small adjustments, and I think he will over time, that'll happen, he'll just get better. I think he's got an opportunity to be just fantastic.
How scary is it that the GOAT says that Jordan Spieth can get better, and Jordan's the one who's chasing him neck and neck already with 3 majors at just now 24.
What's even scarier, George, is the fact you look at Nicklaus's career. He didn't have 1, but 2, but he had 3 career majors. And talking to him about it at first, he was obviously proud of that, but for him it was more about the Grand Slam, doing what Bobby Jones did. He never came close to, well, he did come close to that, not close enough to really consider it a factor in his life or in his career. It'll be interesting to see in this generation with so many great golfers out there, can one golfer separate himself the way Jack did? Probably not, but I know a lot of players with the talent that have the capability.
And Jordan, the second youngest to get to 3 legs of the career Grand Slam. Jack did it 1966
right,
in the Open at Muirfield. Jordan trying to break that record, his first crack at Quail Hollow. And folks, you'll get to hear the full interview with Rosie and the Golden Bear. That's tomorrow on Morning Drive. Starts bright and early at 7 a.m. Eastern, only right here on Golf Channel. We still have more to come. Trip Eisenhower break down just how important the player-caddy relationship is on tour. And we're going to fully break down what Bernhard Langer's done by the numbers. Trust me, it's pretty incredible stuff. That's later on Golf Central.